Okay, so my name is Drew Hanover, and this is my eulogy for Willie Loman for the project. Assignment 2.09. It is spoken from the perspective of Biff Loman, and I want to emphasize that the words that he is saying are not necessarily what he feels in his heart. I find it would be very difficult to speak in a negative manner at a eulogy when typically they are had to emphasize the significance that that person had in one's life. So, I guess here it goes. Well, obviously I've never quite had this experience before, so putting words on paper can be very difficult, especially in this time of grieving. In order to express myself in honor of my dad, I'll use this poem to begin. It is Your Dimension of Greatness by Angel Valdez. No one can know the potential of a life that is committed to win. With courage, the challenge it faces to achieve great success in the end. So, explore the dimension of greatness and believe that the world can be won by a mind that is fully committed, knowing the task can be done. Your world has no place for the skeptic, no room for the doubter to stand, to weaken your firm resolution that you can excel in this land. We must have vision to see our potential, and faith to believe that we can, then courage to act with conviction to become what God meant us to be. So possess the strength and the courage to conquer whatever you choose. It's the person who never gets started that is destined forever to lose. I suppose one often takes things for granted, the most significant culprit being life itself. One moment we may be out for lunch or working in the yard, and the next you could just be gone. Regret fills my heart to the brim. The only thought that keeps running through my mind is, what if? What if I would have been there for him? Willie's decision to take his own life is both incomprehensible and confusing. While the details of his death are gruesome and dark, I find it best to speak about the brighter things that went on in his life. Dad's dream of success was admirable. He was never satisfied until he succeeded himself. Happy and I looked up to him with such honor and gusto. No one could badmouth him. He was perfect in our eyes. Dad inspired Happy and I to go out and be great. That was evident throughout both of our high school careers. Willie was a great father because he believed in himself and his boys. Without his support, I don't know what kind of man I would be today. I remember one day when one of the neighbors came over before one of the football games. He kept trying to talk to Dad about something insignificant, obviously not about football. Of course, Dad would have none of it. Every few sentences, Dad would interrupt him and tell him about how important I was to the team and how the University of Virginia was looking at me. He was so proud. Even when I felt down, Willie knew exactly how to pick me up. Sure, we had our differences just like any other father and son pair. Some days I think about how life would have been different if I wouldn't have moved out west, but instead went and worked with my dad. What a duo we could have been. Can you imagine? We'd probably drive people crazy. Mom would have been sick of hearing about the ruckus we had caused that day at work, but it would have been great. Willie deserved more than he was given. He worked hard every day of his life to take care of his 2 boys and loyal wife. My dad was the greatest man in my life, and now there is a hole in my heart that can only be filled with hard work in order to honor him.